Dear students, in financial management, we covered meaning, scope, importance. Now, see, have a look on this importance, objectives of financial management. Up to the objective of financial management, we completed all discussion. So, in objectives of financial management, that we know there are two important objectives of financial management. One is profit maximization, second is wealth maximization. Why wealth maximization is superior? That also we discussed, and we also understood that wealth maximization is the right objective of financial management, and in that number of arguments also we put. Also, I gave you the assignment questions. You have this all questions, and this is your assignment number 1 that you have to complete in your notebook. So after 1 month, whenever the situation is going to be overcome, I think this all situation is going to be in our favor. At that time, we will check your assignment. So be ready with the assignment because you are at your home. So don't waste your time. Now, profit maximization, wealth maximization, that is the controversy is going on between most of the authors. But after discussing this all, we found that wealth maximization is the right objective. So see, why wealth maximization is right objective? Because it is based on cash flows, a longer term view, not a short term view. Profit maximization is having a short term view, while here you will find it has longer term view. Considers the time value of money. Time value of money means after 5 years you are getting the benefit, and after 1 year you are getting the benefit. Which one is better? That is going to be understood with the help of the time value of money. Also considers risk and uncertainty factor. Now, risk and uncertainty factor is very important because future is uncertain, and business whatever we are doing, that is also risky one. So risk and uncertainty factor is also considered in a wealth maximization. That is why wealth maximization objective is superior than profit maximization. Up to this we discussed in part 2. Now in a part 3 we are going to start the next topic, finance function. Now, what is finance function? We know very well finance is what? Finance is that administrative area or set of administrative function in an organization which relates with the arrangement of cash and credit. Now see, finance is what function? Administrative management area. It's a very administrative area. That is why it is known as administrative function, which is going to consider or take care of the cash and credit. Cash is also required for completing all transactions. I told you earlier, business is nothing but it is a bundle of transactions. So these all transactions are only possible to complete when you have the sufficient cash and credit. Credit worthiness. Without credit, you will not get the goods on credit, and without credit, you can't get the money from the market. So, money from the investors. So, this credit word is also managed in this finance activities. Further, please see that so that organization may have the means to carry out its objective as satisfactorily as possible. So organizations, with the help of the finance, they want to carry out its objectives. Now objective of business is what we know very well, as satisfactorily as possible. So whatever the objective you decided earlier, before starting the year, we are deciding about our objective, that how much profit, how much the return we will earn during this year. That objective is satisfactorily we have to achieve. It is only possible when you have the finance function. Now, very important this statement. If you have the money, just think in your mind. After 2 3 years, you will come in a real life situation. At that time, you have the money, and you manage it properly. Why you have to manage the money properly? You will make more money. When you are going to manage your money, so you will make more money. This is the function. So we have to invest our money in such a way that we are able to get right return on that. This means management of finance is necessary for all, not for the company, not for the business. It is very important for individual family, individual person, even a temple, even a trust. Where you will find organization, that organization is only possible to run when you have the right management of finance. That is why whenever we have the money, we must have to manage it properly. This is the thing given here. So very important, please note that if you are keeping 5 lakh rupees in your cupboard for 5 years, that will not going to give you anything. Even you are in loss. Loss of what? Loss of purchasing power. As time is going on, the dearness. ગુજરાતીમાં કહીએ તો મોંઘવારી વધતી જાય છે દિવસે દિવસે. So you are able to purchase less. Suppose today you are buying the gold by rupees 48,000 rupees per 10 gram, but after 5 years, maybe the gold price is possible 60,000 or 65,000. We don't know. That is why if you want to increase, or if you want to get benefit of your cash, then you must have to invest. You must have to convert your cash into other assets. As per example, FD, as per example, PPF, as per example, piece of land, as per example, gold, as per example, silver. You have to convert. You must have to convert. The hard cash will not give you the return. That is why management is required. Finance management is required. We require the proper finance function, proper decision for managing the money, whatever we have. The major objective of finance function or financial management are, now what is the function word is there? Function means what? What activity we have to do under the head of the financial management. So one, procurement of money needed by the business. You have to procure, you have to get the money whenever it is needed for the business. So you have to manage the money. That is the first thing. Second thing, keeping and increasing the invested money through sound financial policies and program. Whatever money you invested in a business, that you have to manage in such a way that you are able to, such a way means you have to make the policies, you have to make the programs to increase the return. Whatever increase the return on investment, whatever you made in a business. Suppose you invested 10 lakh rupees in a business, so you will take care or not? So you have to, for that you have to make the policies and program that is under the, that is a part of the finance function. So policies and program you have to make. Third is what? Generating income or profit for the business. So these are the three important things we have to keep in our mind under the major objective of finance function. That is number one, get the money whenever is required. From bank, from investor, from institutions, whatever you will like best. and whatever where the cost of getting the money is minimum. That you have to decide, and as per the time the decisions are going to change. Then number two, what is the number two? You have to frame the policies. You have to decide the program, how to manage the money. So standard policy you have to adopt. One system you have to generate for managing the finance. Third is what? Why we invested the money? Generating what? Income or profit for the business. Profit generation is must. Return is must. With this return, survival is possible, wealth maximization is possible. That thing we understood from the above objective. Now we are coming to the classification of finance function. In this classification, that there are two particular find the types of the finance function. One is executive or managerial finance function. Executive or managerial finance functions or administrative functions. Second, incidental or routine finance function. Incidental means what? Routine, day to day finance function. Please write down properly. Incidental means routine or day to day finance function. These are two parts. One is managerial function, second is routine function. So that functions of financial management. So managerial means what? Executive function and routine function. That we found with the help of this chart. There are two parts. So what's about the executive finance function? Now executive finance functions requires administration skill in planning and execution. Administrative skill means you should have the managerial skill for managing the fund, whatever you have, how to invest. So you should have the planning and also the execution. Execution means implementation of your planning. So that is known as what? Executive finance function. The routine finance functions largely covers work of a routine nature. Work of a routine nature. Routine nature means which are necessary to implement financial decisions at the executive level. Whatever decision taken by the finance, executive finance functions, that decisions are implemented by routine finance functions. Routine means day to day. And as per the decision of top level management, the routine finance functions, operation of the business, day to day business is going on. So let's see that what are the executive functions of financial management, what decisions they are taking, what policies and programs they are framing, what system they are going to generate to run the business properly. So these are first is raising the funds required. So raising the fund required, whatever fund you required for your business, that you have to get, you have to acquire, you have to procure. See the words, raising means procure the fund, right? To get the fund, to acquire the fund. So raising the fund required. So suppose you required 100 crore rupees. So how to raise this fund? From where to raise this fund? This will decided by the executive function of financial management. Then next is assessing total capital requirement. Assessing total capital requirement means exactly you have to assess how much the capital you required for the business. Suppose you required 100 crores, that you have to justify. You have to check, is 100 crore is required to run the business, to establish the business. Then means the checking is must. You have to assess. If you are going to, if your 100 crores are greater and suppose you required actually 80 crores, so your company will become from very beginning over capitalization is there. 100 crores you are raising and 80 crores are going to be used in a particular business, what's about 20 crores? 20 crores is going to be blocked, which becomes unproductive. And you will get the return on 80 crores and you have to pay interest or dividend on 100 crores. That is why we have to be very careful about this matter. So, assessing total capital requirement. It's a very big thing. ફાઇનાન્સ મેનેજરને એમને સેલરી 2 લાખ 5 લાખ 10 લાખ નથી મળતો પર મંથ. Sky is the limit for the finance manager, and that depends on the type of business whatever they are managing. Third, deciding the capital structure. Now, capital structure, framing of capital structure is very important. You have to frame the capital structure in such a manner that your overall cost of capital is down, is minimum. That is the main objective here. When you are framing the capital structure, that is going to be measured by your cost of capital. And this cost of capital is very important aspect to think about the future planning. Think about your earnings. Your earnings should be greater than the cost of capital. And cost of capital is nothing but required rate of return, discounting factor. So, capital structure is what? It's a mixing of own fund and borrowed fund. So, how much the fund you have to raise from equity preference and how much the fund you have to raise from debentures, bonds, it depends. It depends on your nature of industry. It depends on your, we can say, activity, level of activities. So this mixing is going to generate the cost of capital that you have to manage properly. So deciding about the capital structure is a third important executive function. Then again, estimating the cost of capital. What I said earlier, estimating the cost of capital. You should know what is your cost of capital. If your cost of capital is 12%, then you have to earn at least equal to or more than 12%. Then only you are able to survive in a business. So estimation of the cost of capital is again very important. You have to find out overall cost of capital. That is our second chapter, cost of capital. We will discuss a lot. Cost of capital, I think in BCom maybe come in a next semester. So at that time we will discuss a lot about that. Then management of fixed capital. Whatever fixed capital means what? Long-term capital investment. So when you are investing your fixed capital, there are two types of capital I told you by earlier also, fixed capital and working capital. Fixed capital, where we are investing? We are investing in a fixed assets. Fixed assets means land, building, machinery. So how much you have to invest in a fixed assets? That is also important decision. You have to take. So management of fixed capital. Then further you will find management of working capital. Now management of working capital is also crucial. Very, very important. Due to mismanagement of working capital, number of 60 or 70% chance of failure of the business. Working capital means what? Investment in inventory or stock, your cash balance, investment in receivables or debtors, that all are the current assets, and opposite you will find current liability. So what is your net working capital? Net working capital is equal to current assets minus current liability. So this current assets minus current liability is known as your working capital. So how much you have to invest in this? And why we have to invest? Because this working capital is going to complete your day-to-day transactions. your payment to suppliers, because you require the sufficient cash. You have to manage the cash inflow and cash outflow daily. Finance managers maximum time is invested in management of working capital, because working capital means we have to operate the business. In day-to-day operation of business, if you will make the mistake, that is going to affect a lot in future. Wrong purchase, wrong payments, that all are going to affect our efficiency of the business. So management of working capital will increase efficiency of the business. Have a look on that, please. What the word I told you? Efficiency. What efficiency is? Yes, please. Here efficiency is what? Efficiency of earning. Your earning capacity is going to be increased by your management of working capital. Then you will find control of funds. You must have to control this fund. You must have to control this money, because it's a very sensitive area. Every decisions of the businesses are connected with the finance. Any decision, please take. Suppose you decided to recruit 100 workers more, that connected with the finance, because you have to make the salary, wages you have to pay, your expenses are increasing. So is it right or wrong? This decision is right or wrong, that also comes in a finance. Suppose you want to expand your business, you require the money. Suppose you want to install the AC, then also you require the money. See, every decisions are depending on financial position of the company. That is why control of funds is totally must. Then allotment of excess profit. What is allotment of excess profit? Once you have the profit, you have to make the profit management. It's a very important decision. Out of this profit, you have to just create the reserves and surpluses, and also you have to pay dividend to the shareholders. So dividend decision is nothing but the profit decision, or excess of profit, whatever you have. How to manage that profit is very important. Then you will find planning tax. So tax planning is very important, because every year we have to pay the GST, we have to pay income tax. So we have to plan for that. How to uh, how to make the payments for the payment of the tax? We require the cash. So we have to make planning from very beginning, that at the end of year we have to pay taxes. So sometimes you know that advance tax is every year we have to pay. So planning is there. Reliance Industries Limited, last year they paid more than 8,000 crore income tax. Last year means 1920. For that they paid 8,000 crores, highest in a corporate world, the income tax paid by the Reliance Industries Limited. Also the GST they paid highest. So they plan for that, because for 8,000 they require the money or not, they require the finance or not. That is why planning tax is also important executive function of the financial management. Then performance evaluation. Periodical performance evaluation is must. Is your company is going in a right direction? Is your sales and productions are going on properly as per your planning? Is your customers are happy and they are giving the payment on right time? Is your company is making the payment to supplier on time? Is salary and wages are paid on time? See that performance evaluation you have to make periodically, and you have to find out what profit, what return is generated by your fund, whatever invested in a business. Periodically means after one every month or after 3 months. By that way, periodically you have to evaluate. Annually, we are evaluating by preparing the balance sheet and profit and loss account and trial balance. But periodical evaluation is also must. Next and last is the helps management. You have to help the management. You have to give the direction to the management that your decisions are right or wrong. You have to tell them that this is your financial position. You are in a sound situation, you may take this decision. Your position is not proper. At that time, you have to guide them. Please don't take this decision. This is going to affect our future financial performance. So, this all things are come under the head of executive finance functions. Is it clear? Now, see one image is given here, functions of financial management. You may just draw by this way. Please draw. Please draw in notebook, please. Don't only see. You have to write down. Then you are able to understand what we are learning. Now see monitoring financial activities, estimate required capital, determine capital structure, evaluate and select sources of funds, allocate and control funds, distribute profits or surpluses. So this is what? This is a conclusion of the executive finance functions. It's a very important area of the functions of financial management. Now see, executives are meeting here. The one picture is here. They are discussing about the uh, finance. The finance manager is sitting with all the executives, and they are talking about the future financial planning. So these are the functions. This is the view of the office of the finance department, that how they are discussing and how they are arguing to manage the finance. So this is your first part, executive finance function. Then second is the routine finance function. Now routine, you know that day-to-day functions. Whatever decisions are taken by the executive finance function, that is going to be implemented by incidental or routine finance function. Suppose your papa decided about the future planning of investment. So all members of the family are going to follow and implement the decision of father. So routine finance function is what? Day-to-day finance function. Suppose Papa invested in FD, and with FD certificate he came to a house residence. At that time he hand over this FD to your mother. Please keep in a proper way. Keep this FD in a cupboard. So incidental routine finance functions are: first, supervision over cash receipts. Whatever cash is coming in a business, so you have to supervise the cash receipts. Second, what says cash disbursement? Disbursement means cash payment. Cash receipt and payment is supervised by the routine finance function. You may say cashier or accountant is going to do this particular job. Is it clear? So supervision over cash receipts, cash disbursement means payment. Then to keep records of cash. So cash book is prepared by the accountant or clerk. They are going to enter all entries about the incoming cash and also outgoing cash. So cash book is going to be maintained by the accountant. So this is a routine function, because every day cash is coming and every day you have to make the payment. So record is required. from where your cash is coming and where it is going. So because you have to show this flow to the top level management or executives of the finance department. Finance manager is having an eye on this cash inflow and cash outflow. That is only possible when it is properly recorded. Without record, how we can see? Without record, we are not able to get the idea about the cash incoming and cash outgoing. So this is the to keep records of cash, to tally cash and bank balance. Every day you tally your cash and bank balance because it is must. So at the end of the day, you have to tally your cash and you tally your bank. Periodically, we are going to tally this all. Generally, cash is tally at the end of the day, right? It is in a bank, they are saying EOD, end of day. So their main objective, main work is what? To tally the cash. In a industry also, we have to think, they have to tally their cash and bank balance. So is it tally with the book or not? So bank book and the passbook, both should be tally. Then supervision of bills. Whatever bills are coming for payment, you have to check each and every bills. The total, the quantity, whatever is purchased, multiply by the rate, means each and every entry of the bill you have to check, and after checking you may go for the payment. Safeguarding valuable papers. Now I told you just FD, registration of the bungalow, so documents are there, land documents and other documents. Then you have the investment in PPF, investment in NSE. So these all deposits, all documents are going to be safeguarded by the routine finance function. That is also important. Insurance policies, whatever is taken for the industry, taken for the stock, taken for the plant, taken for the building, that also all insurance policy, that also you have to keep in a proper way. You have to safeguard these all insurance policies. Then next is routine work is filing. Filing means record keeping. Filing of vouchers, filing of bills, various types of files you are going to find in a large scale industry. More than 500 files are there. That is going to be managed by the clerk in a routine finance function. And to prepare report, periodically you have to prepare the report of the inventory turnover, report of the cash turnover, report of the outstandings, reports of the receivables, how much you have to collect from customer. Periodically, every 10 days, every week, every month, you have to prepare the reports and you have to submit to the top level management. And top level management will take care of this. They will supervise everything, and they instruct the routine means accountants or clerk, please please make fast collection of the funds, or make the payment to the supplier. And they are also going to tell to the inventory department, your stock level is increasing, please control your stock. So number of decisions are coming from the routine activities. So this is your incidental or routine finance functions. Now here what says, financial managers are responsible for the financial health of an organization. Financial health is very important, and they are responsible for that. They produced financial reports, ડાયરેક્ટ ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ એક્ટિવિટીઝ જુઓ, ધ્યાન આપો. વોટ દે પ્રોડ્યુસ. હવે આપણે સમજી રહ્યા છીએ ફાઇનાન્સ મેનેજરની જવાબદારી શું છે. They are responsible for the financial health of the organization. They produced financial reports, direct investment activity, where to invest. That should be profitable one, fruitful one. Then and develop strategies and plans for the long-term financial goals of their organizations. Financial objective, long-term of their organizations. Understood? This is very important conclusion of our discussion. Please write down and understand properly. Financial managers typically help management make financial decisions. They are helping the management. Management means top level management. They are helping the management to take the financial decisions. So what are the financial decisions? We know that investment decision, financing decision, dividend decision, liquidity decision. These are the four important areas or pillars of the financial management. And now last topic is role of finance manager. Role of finance manager. So this role of finance manager, you will find primary function, and second you will find emerging role of the financial manager. So what is the primary? Performing financial analysis and planning. રોલ એટલે રિસ્પોન્સિબિલિટી ઓફ ધ ફાઇનાન્સ મેનેજર. જે જસ્ટ ઉપર વાત કરીએ આપણે. They are responsible for the financial health of an organization. So for this, what they are doing? Performing financial analysis and planning, investment decision, financing decision, dividend decision. So four important decisions they are taken by they are taking for the business that just we discussed. And what emerging roles are? Financial engineering. Financial engineering means planning, controlling. So these are the financial engineering. Engineering એટલે not only in a mechanical. A financial engineering is also here. Mixing of capital structure, taking number of decisions, how to plan for the future, how to get the money. This all comes under the head of the financial engineering. Foreign exchange management. Suppose your company is exporting the goods. That foreign exchange management is done by the finance manager. Then treasury operators. Treasury means whatever the fund you have. That is your treasury. Treasury operations, they have to make day to day that what the financial position is. Then investors communication. They are going to make the communication with the investors, shareholders, debenture holders, banks, though from where we collected the money. So investors communication. Then management control. Management control is must. Then you are able to get the result. Then next is the investment planning. Investment planning, where to invest our fund. Now please see that I told you earlier, cash only on hand or in bank if you are keeping, you will not get single a paisa return. To get the return, you have to convert your cash, you have to invest. And that is why investment planning is one of the important role of the finance manager. Then you will find pension fund management, pension fund of the employees. That is also very important. As per government rule, you have to follow all the rules and regulation of government, and as per that pension management is there. Then you will find credit manager. So credit manager means whatever credit you gave to your customer and you get from the supplier, that management also you have to do properly. Then next is the tax management. As I told you, in a executive finance function, tax management is also important. And insurance risk management. So you have to take how much the insurance you have to take for the future risk. That also you have to decide in advance. So role of finance manager covers all the functions whatever we discussed in executive and routine finance functions. So that is the role. If they are going to ask that explain the role and responsibility of finance manager in modern business organization, 8 marks. So at that time you have to discuss this all role. Now see the image here. So image in this image, financial analysis and interpret. See on on a hand is given, hand of finance manager. So contribution of finance manager to the business. So contribution is given. So first part is financial analysis, interpretation, investment of fund, capital budgeting. Capital budgeting we already covered in last semester. Capital budgeting is a decision for the new investment, for the new business, profit planning and control, and determining and determining just it is very small. Determining the source of funds. Please write down properly. Determining the source of fund, from where you have to collect the fund. Which one is the best for you, cheaper for you? That is going to be decided. See, hand of the finance manager or contribution of finance manager to the business. That role you may express in a examination by just drawing the hand and putting this all the things. And just see the second image. The finance manager is having a number of hands and number of activities they are doing. Now see, everything is given in a symbolic way. It's a manage the production activity, then writing of the all the records, how to repair the situation of finance. So everything, timing factors, this all comes. Reporting is also there. To reporting, then you have to find this cover. Cover means what? That you have to coordinate with the investors day to day. So everything come under this. This is a very important image to understand the various activities of finance manager. That is why finance manager is a very important person in a business. And now last, please see role of the finance manager in this. First one, finance from financial market. Finance manager is getting the fund and investing in a firm's operation. Right? First they are getting. Second, they are investing. And third, they are getting the return. This is the financial manager activity role, to get the money and to invest the money in a business. So cash raised from investors, cash invested in firm, cash generated by operations. Now cash generated by operation means, by operation what you will get? Profit, return. That cash is generated. So this three area he has to manage properly, and this is your overall role of the financial manager. So here our unit number 1 is completed. Now in next lecture we will start the second unit. So up till that, please complete your assignment and refer these 45 slides in detail from beginning and do proper homework. Thank you.